Hello, it's time to place some dominoes. Let's play pips. As is often the case, we've got an easy puzzle by Ian and then two more by Rodolfo. Let's try the easy puzzle. Let's start solving. Right, okay, so what do we need here? 16. All right, so we need two fives and a six. Actually, it looks like that is what we'll have because we only have one six. We need at least one six for a 16. So yeah, it'll be two fives and a six for sure. Which I think means I don't think there's any way to do this that isn't putting a 6 here and two fives here. I think that is actually required, which means the 7 needs to happen in a single domino, but we actually have two ways of doing that. So the 1 will go here either way, and then we'll finish this 7 with a 5, which means it's the 4-3 that builds that 7. There we go. Okay, so that was the easy puzzle. We'll move on to medium. All right, what do we have here? We need 4 of something, 3 of something, and 2 of something. Of what do we have 4? We have 4 2s. I think that's it. What about 3 of something? We have 3 5s. I think that's the only option for that. Okay. So we don't have any double 5, which means they'll have to go kind of, I'm not saying it's this particular pattern, but it'll have to be patterned like this in some way. And I'm just doing that to make it clear that in our equivalence region with the 2s, actually it probably is that 2. Actually, this 5-2 probably does go there. I don't know if, yeah, no, it has to go there. Actually, I think this was correct by coincidence. I was just doing it to demonstrate the geometry, but I think it actually needs to be this way. Because if we put the 5, 6 here, we don't have any zeros, so we'd break the 7 quantity. So this does need to go here, and this needs to go here. So that was sort of fortunate, but it wasn't, I still was thinking about it logically. I just put that in to see, to demonstrate. Anyway, this goes here, so the equivalence is another 0 here, which I think needs to be another 1. This needs to be 1, 3, because if it were 1, 4, once again, we'd break the 7. So those go there, the 1 finishes the 7 there, and that's the medium puzzle. Let's try the hard one. Oh, look at that, 100. Is this the 100th puzzle, maybe? It might not mean anything, because we seem to have lots of these numbers and letters in Rodolfo's puzzles. I'm not sure if they do mean anything. Okay, so we've got a 12 made up of 2 6s, and we only have we have 3 6s. Okay, that's a shame. And what about our 10s? How many 5s do we have? We have two-sized 10 regions. We do have enough 5s to make those without any 6s. Okay, so I can't necessarily say all my 6s are spoken for. We've also got a double 0 here. Well, one thing that's true is that we don't have a double 6. So once again, just to demonstrate geometry, I'm not saying these are the places these go, but the 6s would need to be split like this, which means we need something coming off of the 5 going into the 0. And it couldn't be this double 0 because then we'd need a 5 here, but the 5 would need to be connected to a 6, and we don't have that. So it can't be that one. So there are only 2 options, aren't there? So it's either 4, 0, in which case we'd need a 1, 6, which we don't have, or it's 3, 0, which it will be, because then we need a 2 to finish the 5. We'd need a 2, wait a second. Yeah, we do have a 2. Yeah, sorry, I thought we had that. We do. So that is it. So those are correct, at least. So the other 6 goes into a 17 region. Oh, but we still need 3 zeros here. Right, okay, so all of our zeros are spoken for. Because we need one of them. Right, so that means the double, well, with the double, we always would have needed a double 0 here, no matter what was going on elsewhere. But that is spoken for. It could be there or here. We'll come back to that. But the other zeros, one of them goes into here, either here or pointing up into the 10, and the other one points into the 17. If it were a 6, so we haven't said we need that 6 anywhere else. If it were that 6, then this would be the other 6. And we would need 8 more which I don't think we can do. So yeah, I think this is wrong, which is good. It's good to prove things wrong because then you can try something else. So this 17 has 9 in it, which means, yeah, we need 8 more, and we don't have 8 in a single domino. So that 0, 6 is not the case up there. So it is 0, 4. Now that does prove that, but it doesn't. Oh no, it does. It does tell us which 6 goes down below because we still need a 0 over in that the middle 0 digit there. So this goes here. So now we need 10. Interesting. So now we need 10 in that 17, and our only way of making 10 in one domino is double 5. That's very good to know because it means now this is not how these zeros are positioned, because if they were, we'd need a single domino 10, and we can't do that. We also now know we need a 6, 4 in one of these 10s because we've got 2 5s, but we've used all our 5s. So then to make the other 10, we'll need 6, 4. So that goes here, which means the 0's here. That's the 6. Our 4 points out. We don't know which 4 it is yet, I don't think. We'll also need a double in this equivalence region, which looks like it'll have to be 1s, which means we fill the rest of the region with a 1 there. Now we need double 5 in this 10 over here, and a greater than 2 connected to one of the 5s. So it's this 4 goes into the 5. We finish the 10, 5, 2, and now we finish the 10, 4, 2, and that was it. Great. Okay, well that proceeded very smoothly and logically, I think. And it's 100. Someone do let me know if there's any obvious significance to these numbers and letters showing up. 100 is always obviously a very sort of portentous number, so, or often symbolic. So maybe that means something. Maybe not. I don't know. In any case, those were the pips. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.